Shabbat Shalom. Our scripture reading for today is 2 Corinthians chapter 4, verses 3, 4, and 6. But if our gospel be hid, it is hid to them that are lost, in whom the God of this world has blinded the minds of them which believe not, lest the light of the glorious gospel of the Mashiach, who is the image of Elohim, should shine unto them. For Elohim, who commanded the light to shine out of darkness, has shined in our hearts, to give the light of the knowledge of the glory of our Elohim in the face of Yahshua the Mashiach.
Shabbat Shalom, family. Our selection today, Yahshua is the light.
The oracles of the UCI. 1 Peter chapter 4, verses 7 through 11. But the end of all things is at hand. Be you therefore sober and watch unto prayer. And above all things have fervent love among yourselves, for love shall cover the multitude of sins. Use hospitality one to another without grudging. As every man has received the gift, even so minister the same one to another as good stewards of the manifold grace of Elohim. If any man speak, let him speak as the oracles of Elohim. If any man minister, let him do it as of the ability which Elohim gives, that Elohim in all things may be glorified through Yahshua the Mashiach, to whom be praise and dominion forever and ever. Amen. Ephesians chapter 4, verses 29 through chapter 5 and verse 4. Let no corrupt communication proceed out of your mouth, but that which is good to the use of edifying, that it may minister grace unto the hearers. And grieve not the Holy Spirit of Elohim, whereby you are sealed until the day of redemption. Let all bitterness and wrath and anger and clamor and evil speaking be put away from you with all malice. And be you kind one to another, tender-hearted, forgiving one another, even as Elohim for Yahshua's sake has forgiven you. Be you therefore followers of Elohim, as their children, and walk in love, as the Mashiach also have loved us, and has given himself for us an offering and sacrifice to Elohim for a sweet-smelling savor. But fornication, and all uncleanness, or covetousness, let it not be once named among you as become saints. Neither filthiness, nor foolish talking, nor jesting, which are not convenient, but rather given of thanks. Ecclesiastes chapter 5, verses 1 and 2. Keep your foot when you go to the house of Elohim, and be more ready to hear than to give the sacrifice of fools, for they consider not that they do evil. Be not rash with your mouth, and let not your heart be hasty to utter anything before Elohim. For Elohim is in heaven, and you up on earth. Therefore, let your words be few. Exodus chapter 23, verses 20 and 21. Behold, I send an angel before you, to keep you in the way, and to bring you into the place which I have prepared. Beware of him, and obey his voice. Provoke him not, for he will not pardon your transgressions, for my name is in him. Revelation chapter 3, verses 20 through 22. Behold, I stand at the door and knock. If any man hear my voice and open the door, I will come into him and will sup with him, and he with me. To him that overcomes will I grant to sit with me in my throne, even as I have also overcame and am sat down with my Father in his throne. He that has an ear, let him hear what the Spirit says unto the churches.
All right, Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Which is peace on Yahweh's holy Sabbath day. Welcome to another holy convocation that Yahweh has enjoined unto us here in this body of Yahshua. The words of Yahshua goes as follows. Verily, I say unto you, that you shall weep and lament, but the world shall rejoice. And you shall be sorrowful, but your sorrow shall be turned into joy. A woman, when she is in travail, has sorrow, because her hour is come. But as soon as she is delivered of the child, she remembers no more the anguish for joy that a man is born into the world. We have to understand that we have a great tribulation coming to us. There is the great tribulation, and then there's your great tribulation. And every last one of any of the things that we accomplish in the earth, there are some milestones that we have to pass before we get to that next level. We oftentimes mistake what the tribulation that moves us unto redemption is. Let's begin today's sermon in Matthew chapter 24. And today's sermon is entitled Surviving Great Tribulation. If you've been paying attention to anything that's going on in the news, you know that things are being put in place. Matthew chapter 24, and we're going to start that at verse 1.
And Yahshua went out and departed from the temple, and his disciples came to him for to show him the buildings of the temple. And Yahshua said unto them, See you not all these things? Verily I say unto you, there shall not be left here one stone upon another that shall not be thrown down. And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came on to him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of your coming and of the end of the world?
Now, one of the things that was very interesting about how Yahshua dealt with his disciples, he's talking in a way that they're going to remember what he said, but not understand what he's saying at this point. We have a problem moving when we don't understand every aspect of what's happening at that moment. He does not want them to understand exactly what he's talking about because they're going to go into panic mode. They want the things that he's talking about to happen instantly. They're not going to happen instantly. Go ahead.
Verse 4, Yahshua answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am the Mashiach, and shall deceive many. And you shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that you be not troubled. For all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet.
All these things must come to pass. Right now, we are watching pre-war logistics. Everybody is getting into place. This is not the war. This is the movement to prepare for the war. Go ahead.
For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. And there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places.
Didn't they just have an earthquake in North Carolina, South Carolina, something like that?
Yes, sir.
So, everything is stepping up. Under Gentile rule, the earth has gotten in its worst state ever. And the earth is showing that it's not in a good state. I mean, you open this book in the beginning and it says, let there be light. Then after that, you find that he says he created a light for the night and a light for the day. You never thought that we would be in a point where the Gentile rulership is trying to block one of the first things that he created, the sun. What has to be wrong that you need to block the sun? Something has to be deeply wrong that you want to change the ordinances of heaven. And then you have to ask yourself, how long before he has to change everything? Remember, there was a tower. They came together to build a tower. They said, let us go down there. We got to go down here and tear some things up. Let's go down here and confound their language. Let's go and split these people up. They off on some mess. They done built some tower so that they can reach up to heaven. If we let this go, it's going to turn into something else. Let's go ahead and take care of it. We're at the point where there's so much technology that man is pretending to be God himself. How much longer can he let this go? We're at the point where we can look on our phones and we can't tell if what we're looking at is the actual person or some computer program pretending to be the person. A whole lot of things that we said we would never do. You ain't gonna never catch me dancing naked at the Valero. Get on the right internet site and you doing the jiggy right there at Pump 6. And you trying to convince everybody else that is not me. Hey, like, that's you. That's you. That is not me. I went to Pump 4. That wasn't even me at Pump 6. Right? Go ahead.
Verse 8, all these are the beginnings of sorrows. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you. And you shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake.
Now, to some people, they say, well, this don't feel like what a follower should have to go through. They shall deliver you up to be afflicted. See, we have to start thinking about certain things as far as atonement. Atonement, it says, and you must be afflicted in that day. There is affliction in your redemption. Without it, there is no redemption. We try our best to avoid it. But those are those mile markers, those things that you have to pass through. Go ahead.
And then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another. And many false prophets shall rise, and shall deceive many. And because lawlessness shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved.
So then there's something now given on our part. But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. We'll endure for a minute. He didn't say, those that endure for a while. Those that, saying, they endure while people watching. Now, they have to endure unto the end. And see, we get kind of funny when we know the path is long. So Yahweh gives us some grace and mercy. He won't tell you how long the path is. See, we don't understand that was grace and mercy, that he doesn't tell you how long the path is. We claim we want to know. Tell me what's wrong with me so I can fix it. He's like, all right, I'm going to do that. One thing at a time. You're like, no, tell me everything. No, if he tell you everything, you're going to die today. Because then we're going to go into that, oh, woe is me. I ain't going to talk. I ain't going to breathe. I ain't going to walk. I ain't going to do nothing. That's it. He already know us. You have to understand, he made us. He know he can't give you everything at one time. Go ahead.
And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come. When you therefore shall see the abomination of desolation, spoken of by Daniel the prophet, stand in the holy place. Whoso reads, let him understand. Then let them which be in Judea flee into the mountains. Let them which is on the housetop not come down to take anything out of his house. Neither let him which is in the field return back to take his clothes. And woe unto them that are with child, and to them that give suck in those days. But pray you that your flight be not in the winter, neither on the Shabbat day. For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be.
For then shall be great tribulation. It says, pray that your flight be not in the winter, neither on the Sabbath day. We pray that we don't have no flight. There's zero chance of that prayer being fulfilled. Absolutely none. You're praying for the wrong thing. He's telling you to pray about when your flight is. You praying that you won't have no flight. Well, what happened when you build yourself up for unrealistic expectations over and over and over again? Now you're in a constant state of disappointment created by your own expectation. Go ahead.
And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. Then if any man shall say unto you, lo, here's the Mashiach, or there, believe it not. For there shall arise false messiahs and false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders, insomuch that, if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect.
If it were possible. What happens is we get caught up in whatever that is that we're going on, that's going on close to our life. All right? Let something personal come up and we sit Yahshua and Yahweh to the back of the bus and we swear, we swear we serving. We swear we doing this. And it takes the least amount of something and we throw him way to the back of the closet. As it is written in the days of Noah, they were drinking, partying, marrying, giving into marriage. They thought Noah was an idiot. Then what are you doing? What you got your family doing? What you out here going and gathering animals and sticks? What are you doing? But that was his tribulation. His tribulation is being mocked the entire time he is doing what Yahweh told him to do. See, there's the tribulation, and then there's your tribulation. See, Noah wasn't going to be around for the great tribulation. No. He had his own tribulation. See, that was his the. To sit there and be mocked, ridiculed, have people look down on you while you doing this serious work, and nobody believe it makes any sense until the day that it does. Now, all these people who have ridiculed you now want to see if they can get a seat on the ship. Go ahead, brother. You finish that?
Verse 25. Behold, I have told you before. Wherefore, if they shall say unto you, behold, he's in the desert, go not forth. Behold, he is in the secret chamber, believe it not. For as the lightning comes out of the east and shines even unto the west, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. For wheresoever the carcass is, there will the eagles be gathered together. Immediately after the tribulation of those days,
Immediately after the tribulation of those days, go ahead.
shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light.
They've been trying to block it all this time. He's going to give them what they asked for. And then he's going to give them the opposite of what they asked for. Go ahead.
And the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of the heavens shall be shaken. And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven.
So, it is the tribulation that brings forth the Son of Man. Everybody claim they want to see the Lord. All right. You're going to see it. You're not going to like what you got to go through to see him, though. That's why the fairy tale is you're going to die and zip tang, you're going to go to heaven and you're going to wake up and then you're going to see him. That way they didn't have to go through any tribulation. They just skipped the line and went straight to him. And if we feed into that fairy tale, these are the things that will cause our heart to fail. Go ahead.
You know, Elder, I think this is what the Israelis just put out, talking about this war with Iran is what's going to bring forth the Messiah. So now if you, like he's saying, if you ain't watching and they say it's over here and you over there, you running following this because now they already setting the scene.
And it's funny with people who don't believe in the Messiah saying that they're doing the things that's going to bring forth the Messiah. You know you got to be a brand new fool. You know how much of a fool you got to be to believe that the people who don't believe in the Messiah is going to do the things that's going to bring forth the Messiah? You have to ask yourself, what do you need saving from if you have the most powerful countries giving you every weapon you can imagine? And honestly, the people who you're fighting don't have any of those weapons. Why do you need saving? Yahweh, for him to get glory, you need to be able, or you need to do something that you're not able to do. That's how he gets glory. He don't get glory from showing up in a place that you could win. That glory goes to you. What I need to show up for? You got this country, this country, this country, and they all gave you weapons. I don't need to be there. Call me when you need me. Don't call me just to be a spectator. I don't want to look at your game. Go ahead.
And then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory.
Check this out. They claim that they're doing things to bring forth the Messiah. So why they mourning when he get here? I thought they all wanted to see him. Why they mourning? Or they done believed in that lie. When they actually do see him and find out that he don't look like Caesar. Oh my goodness, you ain't never seen this kind of crime. You ain't never seen this kind of crime. Who was that Negro? Who is that? Honey, come here. Who's that on the horse? Oh, you ain't never seen crime like you about to see after that. All this. But that false fairy tale built them up so that when they see the truth, it has no choice but to break their heart. Go ahead.
And he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other.
All right. So we understand then that it is the tribulation that ushers in the coming of the Son. You know that you're dealing with a high level of arrogance when they think they are bringing in the coming of the Son. There are some things at play here, and one of the things that we were discussing how the things that we're watching are not the war; they are the pre-war logistics. Brother, I want you to read about what BRICS is for me.
What is BRICS? The acronym BRIC, B-R-I-C, which did not initially include South Africa, was coined in 2001 by then Goldman Sachs chief economist Jim O'Neill in a research paper that underlined the growth potential of Brazil, Russia, India, and China. The bloc was founded as an informal club in 2009 to provide a platform for its members to challenge a world order dominated by the United States and its Western allies.
Okay, so the whole purpose of these countries was that they were tired of being ruled over by United States and their allies. That was the purpose of their gathering. Keep going.
Its creation was initiated by Russia.
The
group is not...
Now remember now, Russia was told that they disabled their little Warsaw Pact because they were promised that NATO would not expand into their region. So Russia believed it, and they did away with their organization. Ukraine decided that they were going to join NATO. Russia, so the promise that was made to Russia was proven to be a lie. So not only did they start getting members in NATO, they started getting members close to Russia. So things start erupting after that because they're trying to get control closer to their border. Go ahead.
The group is not a formal multilateral organization like the United Nations, World Bank, or the Organization of the Petroleum Exporting Countries, OPEC. The heads of the state and government of the member nations convene annually, with each nation taking up a one-year rotating chairmanship of the group.
Now, automatically, you see a totally different situation of leadership, that one country doesn't get to completely run this organization forever. That's not how the other setup in the West is. You have some that have veto power, where they can decide, no matter how many of y'all do this, we don't like it, that's not going to go forward. So when you put up something that they say, wait a minute, this is a whole lot more fair than this other situation, then other countries are going to want to get involved. Go to the next graphic for me.
Who are the members? Brazil, Russia, India, and China are the founding members. South Africa, the smallest member in terms of economic clout and population, was the first beneficiary of an expansion of the bloc in 2010 when the grouping became known as BRICS. The BRICS is currently composed of 11 countries. Its 5 original members, Brazil, China, India, Russia, and South Africa, and 6 new members admitted in 2024 and 25.
2024 and 25. All right, so this brand new. Keep going.
Egypt, Ethiopia, Indonesia, and Iran, Saudi Arabia, and the United Arab Emirates.
Now, if you go to start looking at all of the places that have received bombs, and I want you to read that list again and see how much you run into those same names. See, all of this is happening to weaken Russia. The whole part about Venezuela, you're cutting out oil from them. Now they're getting Cuba. Then you get Iran. It is cutting off China. So this is pre-war things that are happening at this point. Because some say that China is probably going to get Taiwan, and it's nothing that the United States can really do about it that far away, other than go into full combat, and they don't want to do that yet. They don't want to do that until they don't have any choice but to do that. So if they believe, okay, they said that China needs all this oil, but America messed up and let Taiwan make all the computer chips. So if they get the computer chips, they need to have some bargaining power or some leverage over that other nation. This is why so many things are happening. So this is where that wars and rumors of wars, but it's not yet. Let's go to Revelation chapter 2. You know, they have us believing the thing of weapons of mass destruction. That, you know, all of this is going forward to keep from weapons of mass destruction. So we use bombs to make sure they don't have bombs. Huh? Huh? Now, on another note, they say how backwards that idea is. They say it's absolutely horrible. You know, they need to make sure that these people do not have a nuclear weapon. I want you to look up who has a nuclear weapon and then look at who's been attacked. Nobody with a nuclear weapon has been attacked. So, thereby proving that getting one kind of keep people from leaving you alone. The same way we decide, you know what, I'm gonna get me a piece. Who has not been invaded or bombed? The people who have a nuclear weapon. They said that they got to keep the number of these off the earth. North Korea get on TV every Thursday.
You don't see this? What about this one? I got a backpack missile. I put it on there. I got my kid's spelling book in there, and I just press the button, and it shoot right off my back.
Ain't nobody went over there saying nothing. Ain't nobody. He's just creating more missiles. Ain't nobody said nothing. So this ain't about missiles. This got to be about something else. Because he's sure telling everybody he got it. He said, I got it right here. Y'all want to see it? Y'all want to see it? He ain't hiding none of them. He marched down the street with them. Look at it. So this ain't about that. This has to be about something else. All right, let's go to Revelation chapter 2 and start at verse 18.
And unto the angel of the church in Thyatira write, these things says the Son of Elohim, who has eyes like unto a flame of fire, and his feet are like fine brass.
Wait a minute. So this is an angry Negro feature. His eyes like unto a flame. They said he was peaceful. They said he is nothing but love. Sound like he's pissed. And then his feet like fine brass. As it's written in another spot, it says, as if they burned into a furnace. I have yet to see a Gentile with feet that look like they burned into a furnace and not be alive. See, this is what's going to cause that crying. They're going to mourn when they see him because they believe the Caesar Borgia image. They're looking for that guy with the long flowing hair. And when they realize that that's who's not on that horse, the earth going to cry. Because they're going to realize what they did to his people. Go ahead.
I know your works, and charity, and service, and faith, and your patience, and your works, and the last to be more than the first. Notwithstanding, I have a few things against you.
Uh-huh.
Because you suffered that woman, Jezebel, which called herself a prophetess, to teach and to seduce my servants to commit fornication and to eat things sacrificed unto idols.
Have you ever asked yourself, what does he have against you? He says, I know your works, your charity, your service, your faith, your patience, your works, and the last to be more than the first. That's what we want our story to end. I know your works and your charity.
That's right. You better say that then.
Now we already got some pom-poms congratulating ourselves. But wait, he's still talking. Notwithstanding, I have a few things against you. It says, because you suffer that woman, Jezebel, which calls herself a prophetess, to teach and seduce my servants. See, we have to learn how to look at something the way Yahweh looks at something. See, some people will look at this and say, no, I ain't never seen no Jezebel sitting behind no altar anywhere where I go. Yeah, but have you been close enough to hear if the person who's sitting behind the altar is speaking their wife's words, then Jezebel is behind the altar. Go ahead.
I gave her space to repent of her fornication, and she repented not. Behold, I'll cast her into a bed, and them that commit adultery with her into great tribulation, except they repent of their deeds. And I will kill her children with death, and all the churches shall know that I am he which searches the reins and hearts, and I'll give unto every one of you according to your works.
Now, if all the people who claim that they love Christ, you know, all these things that we're reading, they're in red. Why are those things not put forth on Sunday morning? If you love him the way that you say you love him, why are his words cast down to the ground and not spoken? See, because it disrupts the image of what has been given. And this is what we're always about, image. How are we portrayed? It disrupts the image of the God is love theory. Because it clearly shows him dealing with anger. Remember now, he left as a lamb. He ain't returning back as a lamb again. Now, the lamb part has been fulfilled. It's a lion that you're going to see when he returns. And that's where the false expectations are going to cause problems. They're looking for a lamb. No, he already came as a lamb. The lion is what's returning. Go ahead.
But unto you I say, and unto the rest in Thyatira, as many as have not this doctrine, and which have not known the depths of Satan, as they speak, I'll put upon you none other burden, but that which you have already hold fast till I come. And he that overcomes and keeps my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations.
And he that overcomes and keeps my works unto the end. We drop the works. Soon as we feel something, well, you know, I had something come up in my life, so I got to drop something, so I dropped Yahshua. Well, you know what? I got to go do this because I need to get to another milestone in my life. I need to accomplish this, so I'm going to drop Yahshua. You know, I got to really, I'm getting ready to buy me a house, and I need to stack up some paper, so I really need to focus, so I need to drop Yahshua. Let's go to Revelation chapter 7. Yahshua want to know who's going to drop him. See, we don't want to know things like that. We want everything to be up in our lives. We don't ever want to fall or even look like we're falling. We want to maintain the image of everything being together. But that's not how Yahweh and Yahshua operate. Yahweh likes to hide his power. He want to know who going to follow if they don't see the power. Revelation chapter 7, let's start at verse 9.
After this I beheld, and lo, a great multitude, which no man could number, of all nations and kindreds and people and languages, stood before the throne and before the Lamb, clothed with white robes and palms in their hands, and cried with a loud voice, saying, Salvation to our Elohim, which sits upon the throne, and unto the Lamb. And all the angels stood round about the throne, and about the elders, and the four beasts, and fell before the throne on their faces, and worshipped Elohim, saying, Amen. Blessing and glory and wisdom, and thanksgiving, and honor, and power, and might be unto our El forever and ever. Amen. And one of the elders answered, saying unto me, What are these which are arrayed in white robes? And whence came they? And I said unto him, Sir, you knoweth. And he said to me, These are they which came out of great tribulation, and have washed their robes, and made them white in the blood of the Lamb. Therefore are they before the throne of Elohim, and serve him day and night in his temple.
So these are they which came out of great tribulation, and have washed their robes, and made them white in the blood of the Lamb. It was the tribulation that earned them the spot to stand there. See, we think we can go get that long old white robe at Target. Now, you're going to earn that long old white robe. Now, they don't sell that. They got everything on Amazon. You ain't going to get this long old white robe on Amazon. Now, you're going to earn this one. And tribulation is how they got it. The very thing that we run from, the very thing we pout about, this is where we get our access. Go ahead.
And he that sits on the throne shall dwell among them. They shall hunger no more, neither thirst any more, neither shall the sun light on them, nor any heat. For the Lamb which is in the midst of the throne shall feed them, and shall lead them unto living fountains of waters. And Elohim shall wipe away all tears from their eyes.
All right. Now, my elder used to say that everybody wants to go to heaven, but don't nobody want to die. I have to add that everybody wants to wear that long old white robe of salvation, but nobody wants to go through tribulation. Let's go to Exodus chapter 12. See, just as in the days of Egypt, all of the Egyptians had to suffer for Pharaoh's actions. We don't really want to see that we have benefited from the dealings of the administrations, but we have. I mean, most of our houses are built on blood-soaked land. You go in some of the neighborhoods and we think it's, cute. It'll be named, Little Bighorn.
I'm like, yeah, I live in a Little Bighorn neighborhood.
You know how many people died in that neighborhood for them to build that house right there? They completely slaughtered those natives. And to add insult to injury, they then named the neighborhood after the people they killed to get the land. And then to put an Indian statue in the front of the neighborhood so you can pass a Little Bighorn every time you drive into your subdivision. We cannot be held blameless because we have benefited. Go ahead, brother.
Exodus chapter 12 and verse 1. And Yahweh spake unto Moshe and Aaron in the land of Egypt, saying, This month shall be unto you the beginning of months, it shall be the first month of the year to you. Speak you unto all the congregation of Israel, saying, In the 10th day of this month they shall take to them every man a lamb, according to the house of their fathers, a lamb for an house. And if the house be too little for the lamb, then let him and his neighbor next unto his house take it according to the number of the souls. Every man according to his eating shall make your count for the lamb. Your lamb shall be without blemish, a male of the first year. You shall take it out from the sheep or from the goats, and you shall keep it up until the 14th day of the same month. And the whole assembly of the congregation of Israel shall kill it in the evening. And they shall take of the blood, and strike it on the two side posts and on the upper door posts of the houses, wherein they shall eat it. And they shall eat the flesh in that night, roast with fire and unleavened bread, and with bitter herbs shall you eat it.
Mm-hmm.
Eat not of it raw, nor sodden at all with water, but roast it with fire, his head with his legs, and with the purtenance thereof. And you shall let nothing of it remain until the morning, and that which remains of it until the morning you shall burn with fire. And thus shall you eat it, with your loins girded, your shoes on your feet, and your staff in your hand. And you shall eat it in haste. It is Yahweh's Passover. For I will pass through the land of Egypt this night, and will smite all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, both man and beast. And against all the gods of Egypt I'll execute judgment. I am Yah. And the blood.
Go ahead.
And the blood shall be to you for a token upon the houses where you are. And when I see the blood, I'll pass over you, and the plague shall not be upon you to destroy you when I smite the land of Egypt.
Okay. Pay attention right there to that graphic. All right. So the destroyer is going to come through the streets and destroy everything. Now, in that house, covered under the blood, while partaking of the lamb. Now, when we are saved from something, we are in the pinnacle of our selfishness. We see that we are protected from the destroyer and that we are covered under the blood of the lamb. Do we ever consider the tribulation of the lamb? It is killed for a sin that it did not commit. Its blood is used for atonement, and its body is consumed and burned by the very individuals that it saved. Let's go to Leviticus chapter 5. You have to wonder if that's why Yahweh said, no, keep his head and his legs on there. I want you to look at him. Leviticus chapter 5, and let's read verses 1 through 10.
And if a soul sin, and hear the voice of swearing, and is a witness, whether he has seen or known of it, if he do not utter it, then he shall bear his lawlessness. If a soul touch any unclean thing, whether it be a carcass of an unclean beast, or a carcass of unclean cattle, or the carcass of unclean creeping things, and if it be hidden from him, he also shall be unclean and guilty. Or if he touch the uncleanness of man, whatsoever uncleanness it be that a man shall be defiled withal, and it be hid from him, when he knows of it, then he shall be guilty. If a soul swear, pronouncing with his lips to do evil, or to do good, whatsoever it be that a man shall pronounce with an oath, and it be hid from him, when he knows of it, then he shall be guilty in one of these. And it shall be, when he shall be guilty in one of these things, that he shall confess that he has sinned in that thing.
This is our biggest obstacle. This is the hardest thing for us to do. Confess that we actually sinned in that thing. We just kind of want it to go away. Go ahead.
And he shall bring his trespass offering unto Yahweh for his sins which he has sinned, a female from the flock, a lamb or a kid of the goats for a sin offering. And the priest shall take an atonement for him concerning his sin. Shall make an atonement, for him concerning his sin. And if he be not able to bring a lamb, then he shall bring for his trespass, which he has committed, 2 turtle doves or 2 young pigeons unto Yah, one for a sin offering and the other for a burnt offering. And he shall bring them unto the priest, who shall offer that which is for the sin offering first, and wring off his head from his neck, but shall not divide it asunder.
Now, this is what's happening for your atonement. So something else had his neck wrung off and his blood dripped for your sin. Go ahead.
And he shall sprinkle of the blood of the sin offering upon the side of the altar, and the rest of the blood shall be wrung out at the bottom of the altar. It is a sin offering. And he shall offer the second for burnt offering, according to the manner. And the priest shall make an atonement for him for his sin, which he has sinned, and it shall be forgiven him.
So you see that there are two steps there. And the priest shall make an atonement for him for his sin which he has sinned, and it shall be forgiven. We got atonement and forgiveness going on. And we like to merge those because they're so closely related, but they're not the same thing. Let's go to Revelation chapter 14. So this blood has to be shed. So when the warmongering nations hook up, they are actually doing some necessary action. Revelation chapter 14, and let's read verses 12 to 20.
Here is the patience of the saints. Here are they that keep the commandments of Elohim and the faith of Yahshua.
Not them that say a lot of names and they say a lot of nice things about Yahweh. No. Those that keep the commandments. Go ahead.
And I heard a voice from heaven saying unto me, Write, blessed are the dead which die in the Adonai from henceforth. Yea, saith the Spirit, that they may rest from their labors, and their works do follow them. And I looked, and behold, a white cloud, and upon the cloud one sat like unto the Son of Man, having on his head a golden crown, and in his hand a sharp sickle. And another angel came out of the temple, crying with a loud voice to him that sat on the cloud, Thrust in your sickle and reap, for the time is come for you to reap, for the harvest of the earth is ripe.
Mm-hmm.
And he that sat on the cloud thrust in his sickle on the earth, and the earth was reaped. And another angel came out of the temple which is in heaven, he also having a sharp sickle. And another angel came out from the altar, which had power over fire, and cried with a loud cry to him that had the sharp sickle, saying, Thrust in your sharp sickle, and gather the clusters of the vine of the earth, for her grapes are fully ripe.
Now, when we see all of the people and they have their shrines to angels, what else one at? The one with the sickle who start cutting people open and they start bleeding all over the earth. Where is he in their Cheerio that's full of angels? Where is he? Because I don't ever see him. Where he at? They have a whole shrine to angels. But you know that dude with the sickle ain't never in there. Where's Sickle Man? You got 50 angels in the Cheerio. Where is he? Right. He didn't make the cut. Go ahead.
And the angel thrust in his sickle into the earth, and gathered the vine of the earth, and cast it into the great winepress of the wrath of Elohim. And the winepress was trodden without the city, and blood came out of the winepress, even unto the horses' bridles, by the space of 1,600 furlongs.
You know how much blood that is? You know how high the bridle is that goes into a horse's mouth? This is how much blood is flowing. But there's a reason for that. Let's go to Numbers chapter 35. Now, these are the things that our old-time preachers used to talk about before prosperity entered the building. Now, once prosperity entered the building, don't nobody want to hear none of this right here, because it's hard to tell people, I need you to bring your tax return, and you talking about that dude with the sickle. You know what I'm saying? Now, wait a minute now. Wait a minute. You're not going to have me bring my tax return, and we're going to talk about that dude with the sickle. All right? No, what you're going to do is make me feel really good before I bring you, you know what I'm saying, this information about my 401k. You better believe that. Okay. Numbers chapter 35, and I want you to read verses 30 through 34.
Whoso kills any person, the murderer shall be put to death by the mouth of witnesses. But one witness shall not testify against any person to cause him to die.
Mm-hmm.
Moreover, you shall take no satisfaction for the life of a murderer, which is guilty of death, but he shall be surely put to death. And you shall take no satisfaction for him that is fled to the city of his refuge, that he should come again to dwell in the land until the death of the priest. So you shall not pollute the land wherein you are, for blood, it defiles the land.
You shall not pollute the land because blood defiles the land. So the land has been defiled by blood, but keep going.
And the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it.
So then the one who shed blood in the land, their blood must be shed, so then it cleanses the land. So when you watch all of this blood flowing in Revelation 14, it is for the cleansing of the land. So we may not understand what Yahweh is doing. This is why when we don't understand, we pray for something outside of his will.
Because we say, this sounds bad. I pray, God, don't let that blood flow.
So you don't understand the process. The land has to be cleansed. Your prayer needs to be, let it not be my blood. So you praying the wrong prayer. That first one has zero chance of coming into fruition. Go ahead, brother. Did you finish that?
Verse 34. Defile not therefore the land which you shall inhabit, wherein I dwell, for I Yahweh dwell among the children of Israel.
Mm-hmm. All right, now let's go to Leviticus chapter 23. See, if he dwells among the children of Israel, but the blood defiles the land, it would actually be in other people's best interest to make sure that you do things that causes your land to be defiled and hinder the coming of our Adonai to where you reside. Leviticus chapter 23, and let's read verses 26 through 32.
And Yahweh spake unto Moshe, saying, Also on the 10th day of this 7th month there shall be a day of atonement. It shall be an holy convocation unto you, and you shall afflict your souls, and offer an offering made by fire unto Yah.
So wait a minute. When we get down to atonement, there must be affliction. We go through it. We go through the practice of it, but the real understanding of it we don't have. Although we afflict ourselves every year at atonement, we don't understand the process. We're talking about the last part of the holy days, the part that sets you at one with your Elohim, comes with affliction. Go ahead.
And you shall do no work in that same day, for it is a day of atonement, to make an atonement for you before Yahweh your Elohim. For whatsoever soul it be that shall not be afflicted in that same day,
If you decide you're not going to be afflicted, I am not going through this mess. Go ahead.
he shall be cut off from among his people.
Well, there you go. Go ahead.
And whatsoever soul it be that does any work in that same day, the same soul will I destroy from among his people. You shall do no manner of work. It shall be a statute forever throughout your generations in all your dwellings. It shall be unto you a Sabbath of rest. You shall afflict your souls in the 9th day of the month at even, from even unto even, shall you celebrate your Shabbat.
All right. All right. Now let's go to Mark chapter 8. So although we read that and go over it every year, we kind of think the affliction is connected to the day. We don't think that it is an example of the entire process. Mark chapter 8, and let's read verses 27 through 38.
And Yahshua went out and his disciples into the towns of Caesarea Philippi. And by the way, he asked his disciples, saying unto them, Whom do men say that I am?
Mm-hmm.
And they answered, Johannes the Baptist, but some say Elias, and others, one of the prophets.
So they don't know who Yahshua is. Everybody has a different answer. Go ahead.
And he says unto them, But whom say you that I am? And Cephas answered and said unto him, You are the anointed one. And he charged them that they should tell no man of him.
He charged them, don't tell nobody who I am. Don't tell. I want to see who is going to accept me without knowing who I am. Don't tell them who I am. Matter of fact, if you don't tell them, then I know my Father told them. Go ahead.
And he began to teach them that the Son of Man must suffer many things and be rejected of the elders and of the chief priests and scribes and be killed, and after 3 days rise again.
He began to teach them that the Son of Man must suffer many things. Not he might. Now, if Yahweh would do this or allow this for his only begotten Son, because you know we act some kind of way when something happened to just one of our kids. Now imagine if we got this one that inherits everything, and we let that happen to him. Go ahead.
And he spake that saying openly. And Cephas took him and began to rebuke him.
This is when our feelings get in the way, and we say, this is what we want for you. This is what we want for you in your life. Oh, we do it all the time. Go ahead.
But when he had turned about and looked on his disciples, he rebuked Cephas, saying, Get you behind me, Satan, for you savors not the things that be of Elohim, but the things that be of men. And when he had called the people unto him with his disciples, also he said unto them, Whosoever will come after me, let him deny himself and take up his burdens and follow me.
We have a hard time doing that. We bring all our burdens unto the door, and then when they get too heavy, we just stop coming and leave our burdens with us wherever we're going to be. Go ahead.
For whosoever will save his life shall lose it. For whosoever shall lose his life for my sake and the gospel's, the same shall save it.
Right. For whosoever will save his life shall lose it. So then we drop everything concerning Yahshua so we can put all of our focus on our personal life. My family need this. My mama need this. My wife need this. My dog need this. My cat need this. I got all this need. Yahshua, you're going to have to just wait. Go ahead.
For what shall it profit a man if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul?
You get all those things, but you don't lost Yahshua. You got all them things. You got everything you wanted, but you don't lost Yahshua. Go ahead.
Or what shall a man give in exchange for his soul? Whosoever therefore shall be ashamed of me and of my words in this adulterous and sinful generation, of him also shall the Son of Man be ashamed, when he comes in the glory of his Father with the holy angels.
Now, we should keep reading just to make sure Cephas still there. How many of us still in the congregation after he say, Get thee behind me, Satan? How many of us going to see the next Sabbath? We have a problem if the person beside us say it. No. We're talking about the teacher, the leader, the one doing miracles, just said, Get thee behind me, Satan. Somebody ain't in church next week, as they did before.
This is a hard saying. Who can hear this?
and many of his disciples walked no more with him. Okay. Let's go to Luke chapter 18. It's funny that I had to get in the true word to hear some of the things that Yahshua spoke that were controversial. I never heard any of those things on Sunday morning. As long as I went on Sunday morning, as many of my family who went on Sunday morning, none of them, when they got ready to throw out their quotes at the family gathering, at Sunday dinner, at New Year, they always did a nice grand showing. And I never heard anything that was difficult to digest out of this book. And when I actually started reading it and following my elder, I had to wonder, was my family reading another book? Where this old man getting this stuff from? Are you sure this is the same book, old man? Because I got family members who've been preachers for 30 years. Come on now. Come on, old man. Where is this coming from? I had to check the source. So this really is. Can I see your book? Of course, I wanted to see his because I didn't really know my own. How about I tell the truth, shame the devil? Ain't no need a line. Ain't no need a line. Okay, I didn't know it. And then when you hit one of them holy rollers in your family, they the one who get to say the prayer every gathering, and boy, they in there and they can talk. When they pray, they sound like Martin Luther King. I said, we gonna pray this evening. I said, man, come on, man, just pray over the food, bro. Come on, man, it's collard greens, chicken, and cornbread, bro. They ain't committed no sin. It's just cornbread, brother. All right? Come on, brother. It ain't did no sin. Can we eat, please? And you got this 20-minute prayer over the food, and I said, come on, man. Then you hit them with one of these things, and you see their whole face turn. Oh, wait a minute. Now you've been holy rolling at every last one of these events for my whole life. Now I ask you one question from what that old man was teaching me. And now a whole nother head just grew out your neck. What's going on right now? What happened? You've been speaking bold for at least 25 years here. What's happening here? I just asked you a question. Right. But all the people who don't know, they can't say that. All they can do is say something general. I don't know. I don't believe in that. I don't know. That's just a feeling. When you put forth, well, let me ask you a question. You say this. Why does the book say that? Now things change. Good, brother. Where you at?
We're going on to the next one. Luke 18.
All right, and we're going to read 31 through 34.
Then he took unto him the 12, and said unto them, Behold, we go up to Jerusalem, and all things that are written by the prophets concerning the Son of Man shall be accomplished. For he shall be delivered unto the Gentiles, and shall be mocked, and spitefully entreated, and spit on.
Now, one thing we don't want to be is spit on. Let me tell you something. A lot of things get on our nerve, but he's saying, and we're talking about the one who paved the way for us. In his tribulation, he's going to be delivered unto the Gentiles, mocked, spitefully entreated, and spit on. And, keep going.
And they shall scourge him and put him to death.
So they're not just going to kill him. they're going to torture him. See, if we just discuss Yeshua's death, we're not really dealing with his tribulation. See, people can die in an instant. That's not what happened to him. He didn't die in an instant. He didn't just blink 2 times and he went out. No, that's not what happened. There was tribulation. So if we just talk about he died for our sins, this is a real sanitized version of what he did. He didn't just die. And it's quite disrespectful to tell that story in a fashion that he just died. He died for our sins. No, he was tortured. And then he died for our sins. Go ahead.
You know, Elder, sometimes when you look at the order of how things are put, is because there's a relevance at certain else at the end. Because he said, he shall be mocked and spitefully entreated and spit on. He could have started with spit on.
He ain't lying.
But he know that when it comes to us as a people, that spit on goes somewhere different.
Hey. I remember chasing the dude all. It was the whole PE class. Bro, I'm telling you, he could have jumped on me with 4 dudes. Bro, this dude spit on me. That's when I learned the power of changing direction. I couldn't catch this knuckle to save my life. And it was like he wasn't faster than me, but he was elusive. He would take 2 and he would cut. Boy, I'm falling all over the place. I was angry. Spit was coming out my mouth because I wanted to kill him. I'm yelling and running. I ain't never seen nobody run for a whole hour. I couldn't catch this dude for nothing. They like, you ain't gonna catch that dude. Like, I'm gonna catch him. They like, you're not gonna catch him. It sits somewhere different. And to think how great he was and how many demeaning things he had to go through. Now, we want to be baptized in his name, not understanding what that means. We want to take hold of the power of that, but not be connected to any demeaning thing that he endured. Go ahead.
And they shall scourge him and put him to death, and the 3rd day he shall rise again. And they understood none of these things.
They understood none of these things. See, this is how Yahweh will allow you to hear but not perceive. Why? Because it's not time for you to try to figure that out. Go ahead.
And this saying was hid from them, neither knew they the things which were spoken.
Right. It was not time yet. Let's go to Revelation chapter 5. So you have to understand there were times where you was sitting up on Sunday morning and you didn't understand something. It's because he didn't want you to understand it yet. Revelation chapter 5, and we're going to read verses 1 through 9.
And I saw in the right hand of him that sat on the throne a book written within, and on the backside sealed with 7 seals. And I saw a strong angel proclaiming with a loud voice, proclaiming with a loud voice, who is worthy to open the book and to loose the seals thereof? And no man in heaven, nor on earth, neither under the earth, was able to open the book, neither to look thereon. And I wept much, because no man was found worthy to open and to read the book, neither to look thereon. And one of the elders says unto me, weep not. Behold, the Lion of the tribe of Yehudah, the root of David, has prevailed to open the book and to loose the 7 seals thereof. And I beheld, and lo, in the midst of the throne and of the 4 beasts, and in the midst of the elders, stood a lamb as it had been slain, having 7 horns and 7 eyes, which are the 7 spirits of Elohim sent forth into all the earth. And he came and took the book out of the right hand of him that sat upon the throne.
Right. So we understand, first of all, this is why certain things cannot be read on Sunday morning, because it destroys the make-believe peace that they have. Verse 7, and he came and took the book out of the right hand of him that sat upon the throne. They making him the him that got the book and the him that's sitting on the throne. How he two hymns? Y'all been watching them commercials. Y'all taking them pills. That hymns. Anytime you got hymns, something ain't right. We said that's hymns. No, my God, not hymns. Okay? Yeah, you want something else. See, they trying to make him hymns. Now he both of those things. Now, and when they get to something that clearly destroys what they teach, you will never see that again. It will never be read again, because they have made him both the opener of the book and the one who's sitting on the throne. Go ahead.
And when he had taken the book, the 4 beasts and 24 elders fell down before the Lamb, having every one of them harps and golden vials full of odors, which are the prayers of saints. And they sung a new song, saying, you are worthy to take the book and to open the seals thereof. For you were slain and has redeemed us to Elohim by your blood out of every kindred and language and people and nation.
Right. You are worthy to take the book and to open the seals thereof, for you were slain and has redeemed us to Elohim by your blood out of every kindred, tongue, and people and nation. Without that tribulation, we are not redeemed. Now, go back to Peter or Cephas' statement. He didn't want anything to happen to him. He was in his own feelings. So Yeshua had to call out what gave him those feelings. Get thee behind me, Satan. He's not talking to Cephas. He's talking to the spirit that is trying to use Peter or Cephas to spread a opposite doctrine that goes against the spirit. This is how easily we can let our words flow out of our mouth, and we have now gone against the spirit. If he doesn't go through this thing, if Cephas' words prevail, this shall not happen to you. Yeshua got to say, get behind me, Satan. Now, when this comes into play, guess what? Yeshua is now not worthy to open the book. My elder used to say, are you comforting the people, or are you seeking to be comforted? What happens if he takes that little left turn and comforts the people when Cephas feels some kind of way? Then for false comfort, they will never have true comfort. Go ahead.
I just want to read verse 10, Elder.
Go ahead.
And has made us unto our Elohim kings and priests, and we shall reign on the earth.
Oh, that don't happen either. See, if we so hurt and we take this left turn, then now we didn't get the thing that we're supposed to get. See, now we already have us believe that lie that we was kings and queens in Africa. Now you done lost your opportunity to be a king and queen for real, because you've been listening to them folks. Here was your opportunity, but for momentary comfort, we jumped out of tribulation, and now somebody else has to wear your crown. And that person who wear your crown, if you think they're going to put it down and walk away from it, you got another thing coming. They're going to wear your crown for eternity. So you give up your crown if you want to. Understand, ain't going to be no redeeming of your crown. He offers a redemption for the land. You still have somewhere to live. But you ain't getting that crown back if you lay it down. Let's go to Matthew chapter 26. See, for momentary, little moments of weakness, we take our crown off and throw it across the room.
I want to wear this damn thing.
Right. Then get mad when somebody go and pick the crown up off the ground and say, well, I dust this off. This just need a little polish. Now we want our crown. Give my crown back. Now, wait a minute now. You got tired of this crown. You said it was heavy. Matthew chapter 26, and let's read verses 36 through 46.
Then comes Yahshua with them onto a place called Gethsemane, and says unto the disciples, Sit you here, while I go and pray yonder. And he took with him Cephas and the 2 sons of Zebedee, and began to be sorrowful and very heavy. Then says he unto them, My soul is exceeding sorrowful, even unto death. Tarry you here, and watch with me. And he went a little further, and fell on his face, and prayed, saying, O my Father, if it be possible, let this cup pass from me. Nevertheless, not as I will, but as you will.
Do we put that in our prayer? As our prayer is, gimme. Is that our prayer? Do we even end with, but if it's not your will, let it be your will and not mine? Or we just have a whole prayer, gimme. Amen. Gimme. Is that ours? Because he says what he desires, but at the same time, he lets it be known, if this is not your will, please override my prayer. Do we say that? Go ahead.
And he comes on to the disciples and finds them asleep, and says unto Cephas, What, could you not watch with me 1 hour? Watch and pray that you enter not into temptation. The spirit indeed is willing, but the flesh is weak. He went away again the second time, and prayed, saying, O my Father, if this cup may not pass away from me, except I drink it, thy will be done.
Your will be done. If there's no other way, I will go through the suffering that you need me to go through, so that I can offer redemption. So you can't redeem me, so that I can redeem them. We're not just baptized in a name. There's something deeper than that. Go ahead.
And he came and found them asleep again, for their eyes were heavy. And he left them and went away again and prayed the third time, saying the same words. Then comes he to his disciples and says unto them, Sleep on now, and take your rest. Behold, the hour is at hand, and the Son of Man is betrayed into the hands of sinners. Rise, let us be gone. Behold, he's at hand that does betray me.
In other words, my Father said no. I asked 3 times. He said no. I must go through this. So we had a similar situation. He said, I had a thorn in my flesh. I besought the Adonai 3 times concerning these things. And he said, my grace is sufficient. He said he's not going to take this, that I have to hold this. Let's go to John chapter 17. Yohanan chapter 17, and we're going to start at verse 1.
These words spake Yahshua, and lifted up his eyes to heaven, and said, Father, the hour is come. Glorify your Son, that your Son also may glorify you. As you have given him power over all flesh, that he should give eternal life to as many as you have given him. And this is life eternal, that they might know you, the only true El, and Yahshua HaMashiach, whom you have sent. I have glorified you on the earth. I have finished the work which you gave me to do. And now, O Father, glorify you me with your own self with the glory which I had with you before the world was.
Verse 4, I have glorified you on the earth. I have finished the work which you gave me to do. Did you finish the work that he gave you, or did you just stop? Go ahead.
I have manifested your name unto the men which you gave me out of the world. Yours they were, and you gave them me, and they have kept your word. Now they have known that all things whatsoever you have given me are of you. For I have given unto them the words which you gave me, and they have received them, and have known surely that I came out from you, and they have believed that you did send me. I pray for them. I pray not for the world, but for them which you have given me, for they are yours. And all mine are yours, and yours are mine, and I'm glorified in them.
Right, but see, they say Christ is doing everything for the whole world. Wait a minute. His words say something different. No, I'm not praying for those. I'm praying for these. See, there's an order to the Jew first, then to the Gentile. He got somebody that he's sending directly to the Gentiles. Go ahead.
And now I am no more in the world, but these are in the world, and I come to you. Holy Father, keep through your own name those whom you have given me, that they may be one as we are one. While I was with them in the world, I kept them in your name. Those that you gave me I have kept, and none of them is lost, but the son of perdition, that the scripture might be fulfilled.
Right. You can't lose those if they were called by Yahweh to be there. The only thing you're losing is the things that tears that the adversary planted. You can't lose the ones that's called by the Father. That's why Yeshua said, don't tell them who I am. Why? Because I want to know who my daddy sent. Don't tell them who I am. Go ahead.
And now come I to you. These things I speak in the world, that they might have my joy fulfilled in themselves. I have given them your word, and the world has hated them, because they are not of the world, even as I am not of the world.
The world has hated them, because they are not of the world. Go ahead.
I pray not that you should take them out of the world, but that you should keep them from the evil.
I don't pray that you should take them out of the world that hate them. Protect them from the evil that is against them. Strengthen them so they can be strong enough to deal with the evil. But don't take them out of the world. What we want is to be out of all situations, instead of praying for strength to navigate the situation. Go ahead.
They are not of the world, even as I am not of the world. Sanctify them through your truth. Your word is truth. And as you have sent me into the world, even so have I also sent them into the world. And for their sakes I sanctify myself, that they also might be sanctified through the truth. Neither pray I for these alone, but for them also which shall believe on me through their word.
Okay, wait a minute. So the other people get prayed for if they believe in the word of the people he taught. And so on, and so on, and so on, and so on. Go ahead.
You know, Elder, this goes right with what you were talking about, with if he backed up and made that left listening to Cephas, and he says, and for their sakes I sanctify myself, that they also might be sanctified through the truth.
Right. Sometimes to sanctify yourself, you got to say, Satan, get thee behind me. To somebody you love. He loves Cephas. Don't you now time get it twisted. Don't you let this little line here make you think otherwise. Oh, he loved him. He said, do you love me? You know I love you. Feed my lambs. Do you love me? You know I love you. Feed my sheep. Do you love me? Why you keep asking me, do I love you? Of course I love you. Well, then feed my sheep. Now, don't you get it twisted that he had to check him. He loved him. Go ahead.
That they all may be one, as you, Father, are in me, and I in you, that they also may be one in us, that the world may believe that you have sent me. And the glory which you gave me, I gave them. I have given them, that they may be one, even as we are one. I in them, and you in me, that they may be made perfect in one, and that the world may know that you have sent me, and has loved them as you have loved me. Father, I will that they also, whom you have given me, be with me where I am, that they may behold my glory, which you have given me. For you loved me before the foundation of the world. O righteous Father, the world has not known you, but I have known you, and these have known that you have sent me.
So, how do you read this? How does Sunday morning comprehend this? That he's constantly going back and forth between him and his Father, yet they still saying it's the same person. Is there some kind of schizophrenia going on here? Did Yeshua not take his medication? What is happening? Go ahead.
And I have declared unto them your name, and will declare it, that the love wherewith you have loved me may be in them, and I in them.
All right. Let's go to Acts chapter 9. Acts chapter 9, and we're going to read verses 1 through 16.
And Saul, yet breathing out threatenings and slaughter against the disciples of the Adonai, went on to the high priest, and desired of him letters to Damascus to the synagogues, that if he found any of this way, whether they were men or women, he might bring them bound unto Jerusalem. And as he journeyed, he came near Damascus, and suddenly there shined round about him a light from heaven.
All right. So, for all practical purposes, Saul is a spiritual bounty hunter. And when you got papers, you have warrants to apprehend those individuals. Go ahead.
And he fell on the earth, and heard a voice saying unto him, Saul, Saul, why persecute you me? And he said, Who are you, Adonai? And the Adonai said, I am Yeshua, whom you persecuted. It is hard for you to kick against the pricks. And he, trembling and astonished, said, Adonai, what will you have me to do? And the Adonai said unto him, Arise, and go into the city, and it shall be told you what you must do. And the men which journeyed with him stood speechless, hearing a voice, but seeing no man.
Now understand now, he's on his way of persecution. He's doing what he does, and in the middle of heading to persecute, he, as they say, found God. Okay, go ahead.
And Saul arose from the earth. And when his eyes were opened, he saw no man. But they led him by the hand and brought him into Damascus. And he was 3 days without sight, and neither did eat nor drink. And there was a certain disciple at Damascus, named Ananias. And to him said the Adonai in a vision, Ananias. And he said, Behold, I am here, Adonai. And the Adonai said unto him, Arise and go into the street which is called Straight, and inquire in the house of Yehudis for one called Saul of Tarsus. For behold, he prays.
All right. Now, when most people get a vision, I don't know if you notice it, it has something to do with their personal life. Ananias ain't getting nothing out of this vision. I don't know how you read this, but there's nothing. He ain't been told, look here, this is the spirit, you about to get paid. You know what I'm saying? Look, there's nothing in this that helps him at all. Matter of fact, this vision, he want to give it back. He won't give it back. You know what? I'm sorry. You can have this back. No. Go do what I told you. Go ahead.
And has seen in a vision a man named Ananias coming in and putting his hand on him, that he might receive his sight.
So then the vision just didn't stay with one person. I'm telling you this, that he's received a vision of you doing this. And I'm telling you what you gonna do to fulfill the vision that he had. Ananias don't want no parts of this. Go ahead.
And Ananias answered, Adonai, I have heard by many of this man, how much evil he has done to your saints at Jerusalem. And here he has authority from the chief priest to bind all that call on your name.
So let me get this straight. Yahshua, you want me to go to the bounty hunter. And you want me to lay hands on him and pray for him. You said that he might receive his sight, so you telling me he blind? So you telling me we got him in our hands right now? Yeah, we can do, come on now. Come on. Yahshua, you should reconsider. Go ahead.
And the Adonai said unto him, Go your way, for he's a chosen vessel unto
Do
me.
your job. Don't try to figure out my job. Do yours. Go do your job and follow your instructions. Trust me, the job he gonna have, don't none of y'all want. Go do what I told you to do. Go ahead.
To bear my name before the Gentiles, and kings, and the children of Israel. For I will show him how great things he must suffer for my name's sake.
I will show him how great things he must suffer for my name's sake. Now, all Ananias is thinking about is his personal feelings at this moment. But when you get down into the plight, the job, Ananias didn't want that job. That job was riddled with dangerous happenings, dangerous places, attempts at his life. Ananias wasn't that kind of servant. See, some of us need to understand that there are some of us who no doubt would have been inside Negroes. And there's others that they just born for it. Ananias don't understand that he's an inside servant. He's an inside servant. Yahweh just told, look here, man, I need you. Yahshua, go down there. You get this dude here. Yahshua said, I got just a man. Why? Because I'm talking about he be slaughtering. He be threatening. Boy, I'm trying to tell you. And then he's very intelligent. He speaks multiple languages. I'm telling you, this dude right here, I'm there, he's the man. He is born for adversity. Don't nobody want his job. But their feelings get activated because he's about to be used. Go ahead.
That was it.
That was it? Let's go to Acts chapter 22. So Yahshua says right off the rip, his tribulation, he must go through these things. The job entails that. Okay? This is not a job that you give to an inside servant. Yahweh has to make sure, look, I need somebody to go to the Gentiles. Yahshua, you got to get a man. But this can't be no regular man. This job is going to be grimy. I need an outside knuckle for this one. So I found just a man. I found just a man for this job. Acts chapter 22. I want you to start at verse 17.
And it came to pass that when I was come again to Jerusalem, even while I prayed in the temple, I was in a trance. And I saw him saying unto me, Make haste and get you quickly out of Jerusalem, for they will not receive your testimony concerning me.
Get out of there. They will not receive your testimony because you've done too much harm to them. All right? Now, why didn't all those people say, well, he in the word now, he's been forgiven. All right? He is, come on now. We're going to believe Yahshua has done, he's the reason for the season. So let's just let it all go. And we can all worship Adonai together. No. I need you to hurry up. He said, make haste. Get thee quickly out of Jerusalem. Get out of the holy city. For they will not receive your testimony concerning me. Go ahead.
And I said, Adonai, they know that I imprisoned and beat in every synagogue them that believed on you.
Wait a minute. See, when we have something that we've done, we don't want nobody talking about it. See, when we said, look, I've been forgiven, now don't you ever talk about it, ever, 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 ever. Ever, 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 ever talk about this again. All right? Now, he's talking about his own dealings. Ain't nobody got to say nothing about what he did. I imprisoned and beat in every synagogue them that believed on you. That was how he was called. Saul, why dost thou persecute me? It says, abide in the job in which you were called. This is the job he was called in. Go ahead.
When the blood of your martyr Stephen was shed, I also was standing by and consenting unto his death.
Consenting.
And kept the raiment of them that slew him.
Let me hold your coat while you kill him. Blasphemer. Talking about some Yahshua. See, we would automatically say there's no way that Yahweh and Yahshua would even use an individual like this. Why would he even use this individual? He said, I have the perfect job for this individual. Go ahead.
And he said unto me, depart, for I will send you far hence unto the Gentiles.
Depart, for I will send you far unto the Gentiles. He has done so much to the Jews that he has to be given a remote job. Saul had to work from home. Saul can't work in the office. Right? Because he's offended too many other people at the office. He has to work remotely. But Yahweh said, all right, but you're going to have to earn that remote job. I got a job for you. And I am going to allow you to work off all of the things that you've done. Because this job is difficult. This is not like those in-house jobs. Those people ain't accustomed to getting their hands dirty. When they reach down in the earth, they need to go wash their hands.
Oh, my goodness. Look at this. Oh.
He said, no. You are perfect for this job. Not you are perfect. You need to understand that you may be perfect for a job, but you are not perfect. He don't need you to be perfect for a job. Okay. A lot of present day nice people are going to be confounded when they learn that they are not being judged on their current niceness, but their former lawlessness. Man shall be judged by the books, as it is written, and the books contain the deeds of the past. It will be the deeds of our past that must be reconciled or atoned for, as it was stated to King David in 2 Samuel 12, verse 13. And David said unto Nathan, I have sinned against Yahweh. And Nathan said unto King David, Yahweh also have put away your sin, you shall not die. For us, this is the end of the story. We have been forgiven. That statement seals David's forgiveness. But later, Yahweh says, now therefore the sword shall never depart from your house. I will raise up evil against you out of your house, and I will take your wives before your eyes, and I will give them unto your neighbor, and he shall lie with your wives in the sight of this sun. Now, the status of your heart decides how you view what was spoken unto King David. Most people see this as punishment. But a conditioned heart in the spirit recognizes this as atonement. When you believe atonement is punishment, you are embarrassed about your past and never want to hear about it again. This mindset is why we take things to our grave. But if it goes to the grave, it also takes you to the lake of fire because you have not reconciled your books and there is leftover debt not paid when you arise at resurrection. It is written in Ezekiel 34 that King David will be resurrected and be a prince among his holy people. He cannot rise to greatness if he has sinful debt unpaid left on his account when the books are opened. But let us hear the conclusion of this matter. Let's go to 2 Corinthians chapter 11. See, for the longest, we read that and say, Yahweh is really punishing King David. Yahweh was giving King David atonement. See, the atonement is at the end of tribulation. His tribulation had to match the things that he put out. But by going through that, now, he's not going to be awakened with something left on his table. Something left that he got to pay for because he took it to the grave. Because he hid that forever. No. He's going to wake up to a crown. Why? Because he went through his tribulation. He earned his atonement. See, there's the great tribulation and there's your great tribulation. Go ahead, priest.
You know, Elder, when you even look at the situation, Cephas is the rock. He's the man. When you look at the sufferings that Saul went through, you don't see the same things that Cephas went through that.
Nope.
Because he had to pay for what he did.
Right.
But he never yet exalted himself and said, hey, man, I done went through more for this word than you have.
Mm-hmm.
You remember this position, and he stayed in this position.
You see, those are the things that we don't do. We want to dig a hole and put all our past deeds in it. And then we want to lose the map to where that hole is. we're gonna draw that map and then we're gonna hide it. And we're gonna booby trap how to get to the map. So anybody who tries to get to the map to find out where our deeds are buried at, they gonna get impaled. All kind of stuff gonna happen to them if they try to locate this map. So I will turn around and mention he is right off the rap. I did this, I did this, I did this, I did this. How are you so open to talk about it? How are you so open to be able to bring up your past? Because I know I'm going through the atonement for it. See, anybody who goes to court, you have to stand there while they read off your charges. Now you go in there if you want to and stick your fingers in your ears, la 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 la. While they read, you have been charged, but la 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 la. I ain't gonna hear that. You can not hear it all you want to. It don't make the charge go away. Okay? It's still there. But going through that tribulation, because the whole earth is going to have to go through some form of tribulation. The more we willingly go through, the less we have to go through. Go ahead, priest.
Verse 18. Seeing that many glory after the flesh, I will glory also. For you suffer fools gladly, seeing you yourselves are wise. For you suffer. If a man bring you into bondage, if a man devour you, if a man take of you, if a man exalt himself, if a man smite you on the face. I speak as concerning reproach, as though we had been weak. Howbeit, wheresoever any is bold, I speak foolishly. I am bold also. Are they Hebrews? So am I. Are they Israelites? So am I. Are they the seed of Abraham? So am I. Are they ministers of Yahshua? I speak as a fool. I am more. In labors more abundant, in stripes above measure, in prisons more frequent, in deaths often.
Do it sound like you're crying? Do it sound like you're crying? You know the things we brag about, and it's funny because the things that we brag about, they also cost us. Come on, man, that's all the rappers do. Got that watch, look at that, 20,000, look at that chain, 30,000, look at this, look at that, paid this, paid that, paid this, paid that. Oh, you'll brag about what that cost you? But you won't brag about the things that you've earned towards your salvation? But you're proud at how much came out of your account for your watch? Go ahead.
Of the Yehudis, 5 times received I 40 stripes, save one.
He bragging about what he paid.
Look at it. Look at it right there. You see anything there? Pull my shirt up. Look at my back. Look at that.
Okay. See, we bragging about the wrong thing. Go ahead.
3 times was I beaten with rods. Once was I stoned. 3 times I suffered shipwreck.
He said, boy, look at my account. Look at my account. What this? I'm about to make it rain. Go ahead.
A night and a day I have been in the deep, in journeyings often, in perils of waters, in perils of robbers, in perils by my own countrymen, in perils by the heathen.
Wait a minute, why he ain't bragging about how comfortable he is? Have you ever seen any father brag about his kids' comfort?
My kid don't have to do nothing.
You ever seen a daddy brag about that?
All my kid do is sit up with his feet up and watch television. That's my boy.
Where you seen that at? Go ahead.
In perils in the city, in perils in the wilderness, in perils in the sea, in perils among false brethren, in weariness and painfulness, in watchings often, in hunger and thirst, in fastings often, in cold and nakedness.
In fasting often, he's got so much turmoil going on. He has to fast about this. He has to fast about that. He's fasting from this. He's fasting from that. You might look at an individual and say, man, they got all of this. Yeah, I'm fasting from that. What? Man, you got this really nice car. Yeah, I know, man. I love that car so much that I'm fasting from it. What? I didn't notice I saw you on the bus. And I know you got several cars. What are you doing? Sometimes I have to fast from things that causes me issues. Go ahead.
Beside those things are without, that which comes upon me daily, the care of all the churches. Who is weak? And am I not weak?
Who is weak and I'm not weak? I can tell you about all these things that I got on my account, but don't get it twisted. Go ahead.
Who is offended? And I burn not?
I might be offended, but I ain't gonna run. I might be offended, but I'm gonna be right here clocking in the next day. Go ahead.
If I must needs glory, I'll glory of the things which concern mine infirmity.
I'm going to tell you what I'm going to brag about. I ain't going to dig no hole and hide it. I'm going to dig the hole and put it out. You remember this? Do you remember when I did this right now? Boy, I was so stupid. My God done taught me some things. Wait a minute. Now your God getting glory. Your God getting glory because of you manifesting and growing from your past deeds. What did we read earlier? If your gospel is hid, it's hidden from those. It is that trouble that you make it through. Sometimes people don't need to know your trouble while you're enduring the trouble. See, some of us broadcast every step of our trouble.
Oh, me. I had to take 4 whole steps today.
What? Now, what happened when your God gets some glory, when people hear at the end, you mean you were going through that? And we saw you every Sabbath? Right. Go ahead.
The Elohim and Father of our Adonai Yahshua HaMashiach, which is blessed forevermore, knows that I lie not. In Damascus, the governor under Aretas, the king kept the city of the Damascenes with a garrison, desirous to apprehend me.
He's got something. When we catch him, we're going to hang him. When we catch him, we're going to behead. Just hold that right down. We got that with his name on it. And we swear we be suffering. Go ahead.
And through a window in a basket was I let down by the wall and escaped his hands.
And through a window in a basket. You got to understand, if you have to be let down out of a window in a basket, you know you have to depend on other people. And these are the things that we don't like to do. We don't like to have to depend on anyone. Within this whole setup of Babylonian business, we have become individualized majorly. Every other nation still remembers how to stick together. We were individualized. We began sticking together. Understand, we came here chained to one another. We were together. Our togetherness caused them a problem, so they devised a scheme so that we would part and everybody would go to his own perspective corner. Now we have issues because the tribulation that's coming toward us is going to cause us to have to come together. You might be in a situation where you can't afford your house by yourself. You gonna stay prideful and lose it by yourself? That's all that we're gonna do for today. I do want to make sure that you guys do go to show the graphic of the calendar, for we do have those for a donation of $25, $30 if you need it to be shipped to you. But also look at those dates of the things that we have coming up, and this is one of the reasons why we wanted to make sure that we have a yearly calendar. What happens is we get the sheets that have it written on it. That sheet end up what we use to change oil. We checking the oil with it, and when you see somebody's holy day thing, you be like, bro, is that 20W50? Did you check the oil with it? So if I make you put it on your wall, you're going to know what we got going on, and you can't check oil with it. It don't bend like that. So we got you covered. But if you want one, just send an email and let us know, and we'll get that to you. But that is all that we're going to do for today. Remember the Sabbath to keep it holy. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.